Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Bucks leading by 20. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. In the corner, Middleton with it. Back to Monroe. Puts it up from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Monroe's got 10 points in the game. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. The drive by LeBron, and the rejection by Monroe. Carter Williams kicks to Parker. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that. It's a real alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. At his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in for Parker. Mayo comes in for Antetokounmpo. Vasquez, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Mozgov with the block. Smith dishes to Shumpert. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one 3-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
And Bayless kicks to Monroe, and he slams it one-handed.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
And Vasquez, guys, remarkable consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, his 3-point percentage went up a little bit, Kevin, but that's about it. I mean, it's possible. We just need to accept that this is who he is. I mean, he's a good playmaker. He plays with great enthusiasm and energy, and we need to leave it there. Don't expect much more than that.
Cavaliers have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Rejected by Monroe. And there's O.J. Mayo on the assist by Bayless. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Shumpert, no good from outside.
And talking about Vasquez, guys, good size for a point guard. Solid ball handler and playmaker when he's put in that role. But he needs the ball to be truly effective. And last season, the ball belonged to Kyle Lowry.
Now Vasquez, after Iman Shumpert missed from long range. Mozgov with the steal. It's stolen by Vasquez. Here's the floater, and the rejection by LeBron. To the paint. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Just 4 seconds left in the 3rd. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And welcome back as our coverage continues of the NBA preseason.
Well, Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Mozgov is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Irving at the point guard. Some heavy accusations about artificial noise being pumped in last year. We've seen the issue in the NFL, talked about now in the NBA. Seeing in other sports, there's a case that maybe the NBA's got to deal with this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I know some stadiums, it might feel like there is extra noise being pumped in. And listen, there are a lot of fan bases that we have are just flat out loud. I mean, it can be electric. But having said that, I don't think we want to have the artificial noise being pumped in. I think it does the game a disservice.
Here's James. Jabari Parker making his last shot. The three. Another miss by James.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
And so it's Cleveland with it. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. James, the pass to Irving. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. 5 to shoot. James has a two-pointer. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Wow, just look at that lead. Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent.
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Henson. Chris Copeland comes in for Parker. Vaughn's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Ennis in for Carter Williams. Now here's Ennis. Here's Copeland. From outside, off the mark. And for LeBron in the playoffs last season, he did more than just score. Clark, he did it all and really stepped his game up when Kevin Love went down and when Kyrie Irving was hobbled. He covered every base.
Yep, and that's what's so impressive about LeBron in the playoffs. Everybody expects him to lead and hit big shots, and he never lets them down. Very rarely does he come up short in big moments.
And so he hits both.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time. Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's James. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. Yeah. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Now here's Ennis. Here's Vaughn. Feeds to Ennis. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Here's James.
Well, you know, one season in the books with the NBA's new replay center, and so far, so good. I mean, the replays are averaging about 45 seconds apiece, and getting the officials the angles they need quickly to make the right call.
And with the new replay center, the league also going for more transparency. People expect it now, Clark, and they're officiating.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Evaluating the most scrutinized calls and non-calls of the games in those last 2 minutes, that's a positive. Things are continuing to change, I think, for the better in that regard.
Vaughn gets the bucket.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Here's James, banked in off the glass. LeBron's got 16 here in the second half. For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Pass to Vaughn. And there's the feed to Plumlee. No good off the pick.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Milwaukee.
Clark, the biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
You know, I thought both teams worked hard at both ends, but sky-high field goal percentage and pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Excellent effort tonight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Parker. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
First one falls for him. And for Tyler Ennis, a first-round draft pick last season, never got to see quality minutes, averaged only about 12.5 minutes per game. I think a lot of promise. I think people feel that he's got a very high ceiling.
Yeah, you know, a lot of scouts felt he needed another year of college. So in some respects, you could say last year was that for him. It's still an adjustment period. And you know, let's face it, you could say that about a lot of guys who come out as freshmen, but Ennis in particular.
And Milwaukee has possession. The Cavaliers making the shot. Mayo against Shumpert. Mayo drives in. There's the dish to Plumlee. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. LeBron against Mayo. James dishes to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Mayo against LeBron. Good.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
We're glad you joined us, folks, for this preseason game. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. He really set the tone for them in the first half, and it seemed to just help carry them forward from that point on.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays in basket. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.